back with Yam Yam.
And Yummy! Today we'll be cooking pork and chive dumplings.
Okay, first we're going to use
2 bowls of flour. We've just used the White Wings plain flour. We've got it already in our mixing bowl.
Yeah. And now we're just going to slowly pour in some water.
And we'll use
Until
chopsticks to mix.
Because chopsticks are cool.
Yeah.
And we're going to slowly pour it in and just wait until the texture is good.
Okay, so when you get the water, you got to make sure it's warm.
Yeah, warm water.
Warm water. And we actually don't know the measurements of that. It's
just as you go. It depends on the amount of flour and the temperature, etc.
Yeah.
You don't need any yeast because dumplings have a flat outside crust.
Yeah. Okay, so just going to mix it all together in a big mixing bowl with chopsticks. Just slowly, gradually adding in the warm water.
At first you can add in more amounts of water because it's, yeah.
Just be careful with the amounts you're adding in.
If you add too much of one thing, just, add more of another thing.
Yeah. Okay, so Yam Yam is just putting all the dough mixture, whatever it's called, onto a floured chopping board. Does it need to be wooden?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be wooden, but that's just what we've got. Not plastic is ideal. So just make sure you get as much as you can out of the bowl because you don't want to waste any. Because apparently dumplings are really good. I've never had any.
Yeah, it might need some more water. I probably should have thought of that before, but okay.
Do you want to just make a hole, sort of?
A well.
A well? Okay, so we need a bit more water. We're just going to add a bit in. There we go. Oh, it's really warm. I like it. Yeah, so if you need to add in more water, just do that. Here we have around 200 grams exactly of chive.
You don't have to have exactly 200 grams.
Yeah, so we've got around 8 bunches
Mini bunches.
size. Mini bunches. So they're about that big. So we've got 8 of them. So just wash them, take off the rubber band, cut off a bit of the root, and just cut them up. Then we'll add...
And knead your dough while you do this.
Yeah, so we've got 2 people, obviously Yam Yam and Yummy. So right now we've got Yam Yam kneading the dough, Yummy cutting the chives. Okay, so we've cut up, that is not all of the chives. There are going to be a lot of chives. So that's about 3, that's 3 bundles of chives. You want to cut, I think mine are a bit big. So a bit smaller than that, you'd want to cut it up. So we've got that much more to cut up. Yeah. So just remember to cut off the roots, this is our rubbish bowl, so remember to put that in there. Yeah, so I'm just going to put that in there.
Okay, so I have the dough ready. I've just rolled this out and I got about that much of dough. I rolled it into a little coil and I just did that. And so we have the dough ready. So I'm going to start getting the pork and the chives ready. So yeah, just going to get everything ready. Adding the chives into a mixing bowl, which I put the mince in, and it'll be really good. So
we bought 500 grams of lean pork mince. We only need about 300, but all we could get was 500. So
yeah. So now I'm just mixing up the yolk of an egg, just 1 egg. So we're going to put that into our mixing of the filling.
So we've got this glass bowl right now, but it's too small, so I'm just going to wash the one that we used for the dough, and we're going to put it into that. So we're going to need a fairly big bowl. Okay, so we've got our glass mixing bowl. All the pork we're using, about half the chives, so we've got that mixed in. So there's not enough room in that bowl, so we're just moving it to the bowl that we used for the dough. We've just washed it quickly, but it's not perfect. So we're just going to do that. Let me add it in the rest of the pork.
Okay, so we're just mixing up the pork and chives. We add an egg, yeah, just 1 egg. And Yummy is just doing that for us. We decided to just forget about the chopsticks because Yummy is really impatient. And she's using her hands now.
We had in roughly 300 grams of pork mince, but it was not enough, so we've gone ahead and added in.
We still have one more chive thing left, but I don't think we're going to add that in.
I think it's fine. I think this is good.
Okay, so we're going to add in some salt.
Okay, so Yam's just adding in the salt. We just got the Coles brand table salt and the sesame oil. I think we put roughly 2 teaspoons, or was it 1? 2 teaspoons of the sesame oil, and Yam is putting in the salt and tasting as she goes.
Yay.
Yeah, she's really excited about that.
Oh, God, this is disgusting.
What?
Tasting raw meat.
Are you even meant to eat raw meat?
No, I don't think so. No jokes, it's okay.
What?
Oh, my cousin said make sure you wring out all the blood in the meat.
Ew, whoops. Okay, so that's one step we've missed. So if you decide to make these, wring out all the...
if you get like a brand of meat that comes with a lot of blood in them, just, wring it out. Don't wash them with water, because that adds water. We don't want water in our things. So.
Okay, yeah, so you just want to have as minimal moisture as possible.
Do you want to taste these?
I'm good, thanks. We're going to have a lot of editing to do. Can't you just lick it instead of actually swallowing it, just to get the amount of salt?
We need more. Okay.
So we're just adding in a bit more salt. So whatever you do, if you lick the pork and chive mixture, put it in the rubbish bowl or on the chopping board. Don't put it back in the mixture. I guess that's fine if you're cooking just for you. If you're cooking for anyone else, don't even think about putting stuff that... Like, even if you've touched it when you have, with not freshly washed hands. And just keep your eye out for bits of chives that haven't been cut properly. And also with the flour, you just want to make sure that you've got... lumps out. And just make sure there are no bugs, no lumps, nothing foreign in your flour.
How do you like your dumplings?
I don't know. I've never had dumplings. Can you believe? No one can understand that. I told her dad that I hadn't had dumplings, and he was like, "Are you kidding?" It was very funny.
To make dumplings, you gotta roll this out, as I showed you before. So just roll it out into a good size shape. It shouldn't be too thick or too thin. That makes no sense. Should I do that?
No. Yeah, do it.
Okay.
You do it.
And then you use your chopsticks. You can use another utensil if you like it.
Which is what Yummy will probably end up doing, because it cannot use chopsticks.
Fill it in the middle. Hold it in your hand. Fill it in the middle. You should leave a good amount of space around the clump of mixing. That's a little bit too much. So just take some out. And just seal them together. And that's a dumpling. And then you cook it, which we'll get to in the next part. Yay!
This is Yummy's attempt at a dumpling.
Wondrous.